Hello and welcome everyone to the War Thunder game. My name is RavenProDesign and today's video will be about the Japanese Air Force. Well, it would be a rather short video just because looking on the tech tree is the Japanese tech tree is the tree with the least aircrafts in it. You do only get 3 lines of aircrafts. Your dedicated fighters, your second line of dedicated fighters, and then bombers. And as you can see, the bomber line go to up to tier 7. The first fighter line go to tier 15, and the second line go to tier 17. So no tier 20 aircraft for the Japanese right now. But what can you expect from the Japanese tech tree? Well, you could expect the paper-made aircrafts that cannot stand any hits, almost any hits, but in exchange for that you get planes that are very good dogfighters. Well, starting off from the first line, it's your 0 line. You do get your A6M2 aircrafts, the first A5 M4, 2 machine guns, 1000 ammunition to them, fair enough for a tier 1. Tier 4, you get your first aircraft with the cannons. It's despite of the landing gear that it is on this aircraft, which is the sea landing or the water landing, it is still very maneuverable plane, and it's pretty well armed. 2 7.7mm machine guns and 2 cannons. Then after that the Japanese truly starts to shine. Well, they do start to shine on tier 5 and 6 with the hyenas here, but those reasons that you get up to tier 14, when you get your Shidenka or Kai, I don't know how to pronounce it exactly, but with your reasons, they are great aircrafts to fly. Well, pretty maneuverable. Well, that's their strength. They can outturn anything in the turn fight. Well, almost anything. The only true adversary for them would be the LA5, the premium or the normal Russian one from the tech line. They can match you in the turn time, and they can do damage to you in those kind of situations. But yet again, anything else, you will find that you can outturn British, all the Spitfires. If you're doing this right, you will be successful. Well, how to do it right, I will probably show in the next few videos, when I will be focusing on some flying tips. So actually, in-game flying tips for you guys. But let's get back to the tech tree. So tier 7, your first reason, 2 cannons, 2 machine guns. Then another version of reason, same setup, 2 cannons, 2 machine guns, but you do get less ammunition for it. You get only 120 from 200. Well, those cannons are say that they are Mark II, so you would expect them to be more effective. Well, I didn't have a chance yet to fly the tier 8 to actually confirm if those cannons are any better. But judging from the size of the shells, those are 20mm cannons and those are 20mm cannons also. So it's hard to say if they would be more effective or anything, because I haven't played them yet. I am trying to get to the tier 8 to get those and give them a go. But let's move on. You get then your 2 versions of reasons on the tier 9 and tier 12. Well, the tier 9 is also 2 machine guns, 2 cannons, very maneuverable plane, turn time on the 20 seconds. You do get an increase in the ammunition for your cannon to up to 200. Then it is pretty much the same aircraft, but those are 3 tiers difference between them. You do get less turn time, but you get the same setup: 2 machine guns, 2 cannons, with this exact same ammunition loadout. And then on the tier 14 you get your first aircraft that is carrying only cannons. 20mm Mark II cannons with 900 ammunition to them. And as you can see, again, pretty good turn time, pretty maneuverable plane. Same with the last in this line on the tier 15. Same thing here, 4 cannons, 900 ammunition, very good turn time, good climb rate. And from what you can, what I can see, it's that they are, well, as I did say before, they are paper-made aircrafts. So they are very light. That's why you do get this 1 second burst mass very high. What that gives you is when you are going up and you press the W key to get some military throttle in action, it means it will give you more boost than in the well, let's say even the German Focke-Wulfs, because as you can see, 1 second burst mass here is a very low. And what that can help you is when you are in a turn fight with someone, you deploy your flaps to the combat and you press W to get some extra horsepower from your engine, and that will give you some slight advantages over the enemy to get on their tail, to outturn them. So now the second line, you get your reserve aircrafts in this line. On a tier 2 you get your Hayabusa with the 2 12mm machine guns, 500 ammunition to them. Not that great, not that bad. Again, very good turn times, 21 seconds. But still, it's a paper-made aircraft, and in my opinion, this one is lacking just a bit of the firepower. I did skip it initially. I did play some games on my friends' accounts when I was testing out the German tech tree with all the Junkers and stuff like that. I did play it on his account because I back then I was on the tier well, on the tier 0 with Japanese, so I did play a couple of games in it, and in my opinion it is lacking some firepower or more ammunition to his machine guns. But then you get your fun stuff. On the tier 5 you get your first Hyene with 4 machine guns, 2 12.7 and 2 7.7 millimeters, with a decent amount of ammunition to them. But what you will find that the bigger caliber machine gun, the 12.7, is shooting a bit slower than the 7.7. And what you will find in the air when you are flying one of those things is that at the end of the clip, where the 7.7mm cannon machine gun goes out of ammunition, it don't start the reload until you shoot all of your 12.7mm shells. Well, they could change it so whenever you get 2 types of machine guns, whenever one runs out of the ammunition, you are able to reload it, or the reload will start for you in the arcade. Just for the fact that well, you do get 2 machine guns with a different firing speed, so your damage won't be the same in the longest period of time. You will get the burst damage, then it will go lower, and then again after the full reload you will still have the bigger numbers, the bigger damage. But then at the tier 6 this problems goes away, because you get to the another version of Hyene with 4 12.7mm machine guns and 1800 ammunition for them, and that is more than enough that is needed. Again, very good aircraft, good turn time. Yeah, and your final version of the Hyene on the tier 11 do gets two 20mm cannons with 300 ammunition. It's not that bad, and two 12.7 machine guns with the 800 ammunition. Well, again, very well. The Hyenes are not that great as the all the Zeros and the Risens here in the turn fights. You will find that this 3 seconds or 1 second, or again 3 seconds, are making a difference in the game. Because whenever I'm trying to get into the turn fight with my Risen here, A6M2, I do find that it is very easy for me to stay on the enemy tail, and even in the turn fights I can outturn almost anything. But with Risens, even this one on the tier 6, which have lower turn time to 21 seconds, it's still in some situation it is lacking this, I would say, 1 second in the turn time to be able to catch up with your enemy in the turn fight. And then at the end of this tree you do get your Sushi Ki-200, your jet fighter. I would say it do needs a bit more of ammunition to its cannon, but again, it's a jet fighter. It is very maneuverable. As you can see, the turn time is only 17 seconds, so whenever you're flying this thing, go for the crew with the most G tolerance on it, because you will be blacking out like hell. And still, I don't know if this is their intentions, but average repair cost of this aircraft is 50,000 credits. Well, you might say, okay, it's 50 because it's a jet, but it's a level 17 jet with two 30mm cannons. Whenever you will look at the MiG-9, which is the tier 18, so one tier higher, you do get, well, a bit more in the ammunition. You get a bigger cannons, and you do get less repair speed. And as for the jet fighters, you are not going into the turn fights with anything, because that would be, well, not playing your aircraft to its strength. You can do it, but it's well, it's simple no. You can see here it's only 19,000 credits, so it's so cheap. The MiG-15, which is well, still better ammunition loadout, 160 for 23mm and 40 for 37mm, which makes it 200 ammunition. Still, maximum speed over 1000 kilometers per hour. I would say good turn time, 20 seconds, and its repair cost is 43,000 credits, which is a tier 20 aircraft. So why the Ki-200 gets so high repair costs? Well, don't ask me, I don't know. Ask the Ganjin on the official forums for it. Then we'll move to the bomber line, the attacker slash bomber. First, you get on the tier 0, you get F1 M2, which is okay aircraft. It do have some pretty good full firing machine guns as for a tier 0, to 7.7. It is lacking some turn time on its level, only tier 0, tier 1, because it's at 22 seconds. It's not that bad, but you will find that, well, most enemies will outturn you, and this thing could be slow-ish in the lower altitudes whenever you are not pressing the military throttle up to its neck. But again, it's always an option for a tier 0 lineup. Then you get your attacker plane, the D3A1, which can mount some bombs on to its wings, one 250 kilo and 250 kilo bombs. Again, quite a good armament on the front, two 7.7mm machine guns with 180 ammunition to them, one turret for it, so your gunner won't be useless in this aircraft. Yeah, it's a very good round plane. Those bombs on a tier 2 should be enough to destroy the light pillboxes, and you can do some dogfighting with it, the same manner as you would do with the IL-2. But then we are moving to the tier 3. You get your H6K4. Again, tier 3 aircraft with the, well, ridiculous repair cost, almost 13,000 credits. And what do you get in the exchange? Well, you do get 4 turrets with the 7.7mm machine guns. You get 1 turret with the cannon on it in the back. As you can see, let me show it to you in the hangar. Let's zoom out. That thing here is the cannon. Those are the turrets. So, well, good round out for the bomb loadouts. Yeah, you do need some pylons to install some bombs onto it. You start with 12 50 kilo bombs. Well, okay, we can live with that, but you will find that it can carry 2 torpedoes, which in some cases are in some missions are a good choice. But then 2 500 kilo bombs, 2 1000 kilo bombs. Well, you could imagine that this sort of aircraft would be carrying a bit more on a tier 3. Just by the fact that the Catalinas on the tier 3 are able to carry 4 bombs, they might be a bit less defense armament, because they don't have the cannon, of course. But again, if you have to shoot the cannon, that means that someone is on to you, and most likely they will kill you. I must say that the H6K is a pretty durable plane, same as the Catalinas, but again, only 2 1000 kilo bombs. It could be 3 up to 4. I would say 4, just to balance it a bit. But then, well, I would say the pain with the Japanese bombers starts, because all of those rest here ain't that great. You are able to carry 1000 kilo bomb, you are able to carry the torpedo, so I would say they can be very useful in all sea involved mission. So the mission like the well, starting off fjords, it's a good example. You do have some sea targets there, some battleships, some destroyers. Again, 2 towns, all the sea missions, they would be a good choice because of those torpedoes. As for the bombs, well, carrying only 1000 kilo bomb isn't that great on the tier 6, and on the tier 7 you get to choose 4 bombers, and yet again they are unable to carry the torpedoes, but still only 1000 kilo bomb. As you can see in the hangar, well, the bomb loadout is okay, because whenever you looking at the aircraft, well, 4 250 kilo bombs will equal in one 1000 kilo bomb in the matter of loadout. But again, only one bomb. Then with the maxed out crew, with the ace qualification to them, it will be 37 seconds or 36 seconds of reload, and it's only one bomb. So not that great. The same pattern here, for 250 or one 1000 kilo bomb and one 500 kilo bomb. Same here and same in here. Well, I can imagine that they might add some bombers into the game on the later stage, when the Japanese will be able to carry more of the bombs onto their into the aircrafts. But as for now, I would say the Japanese bombers, you are lacking a bomb loadout to be effective on the battlefield. With the just one bomb, you might drop it on the pillbox and then find it that the let's say the Thunderbolt drop his bombs onto it, and this fighter, well, it is famous for it, but it can carry two 1000-pound bombs and one 500-pound bomb. So the question is, if you do like it, well, I won't say no. If you don't like it, if you do like to drop more bombs, if you do like the carpet bombings or anything like it, well, the Japanese just ain't for you. Well, up to tier 6, whenever they can carry a torpedo, they are a valid choice. Well, valid choice. They are a good choice for the, as I said before, the sim missions whenever you have ships involved. But again, it's only one torpedo, and probably after you will drop it, you will find yourself dead, because you will pick up a tail or two as you are a flying pinata. And the same thing is going for the premium aircrafts for the Japanese. Only 4 of them. You start with the BF-109E3. Very good roundup, very similar to all the BF-109 series from the German Tech Tree. Well, it's on a tier 6. You do get 2 machine guns, 7 almost 8 millimeters, with 2000 ammo to them, and 2 cannons with 120 ammunition to them. Well, again, a bit more ammunition for the cannon would be great. But whenever you play it as the energy fighter, same as this Focke-Wulf 190 here, whenever you play as the energy fighter, it will do its role. But those ammunition for the cannon, well, that's something I wouldn't go for. That's why I didn't buy this plane, because whenever you see on the tier 11 the Focke-Wulf 190 have the 500 ammunition to its cannon, and I would say for it is enough to destroy 2 to 3 aircrafts in the whenever you're diving and you do have them line up chasing after one guy. So that would be enough. With 120, you do need to be lucky to score some critical hits onto the enemy aircrafts. And again, if you are counting on crits, well, they might happen, they might not. But okay, 2 machine guns are still there. You will still be able to shoot the enemies, but again, it's only 2 machine guns. Next, you get the F4U, the Corsair, the American Corsair. This one is slightly better, but again, it's a Corsair, so no turn time. In the arcade, the energy fighter, you might be successful in some situations, but for the price of 1,150 golden eagles, I could say you can risk it. I was very successful when I was recently flying the microcursors from the American tech line, all of them from the tier 7 up to tier 12. And what I must say, I did find them well. Whenever I get to know them and learn a bit more about the game, well, they started to earn money for me. So it's exactly the same with this cursor here. So you might find it an attractive plane and a plane to go for. Well, it's a premium, it's your money, it's your decision. The good thing, it do have 6 12.7mm machine guns with a decent amount of ammunition to them, 2000, almost 2400 ammunition, so that is more than enough to do some serious damage to the enemy aircrafts. And then we do move to the gift, to the other premium one, the Focke-Wulf 190. And I must say, as I did say before, this is a good roundup. You fly it exactly the same as you would fly the German Focke-Wulf. It's a great energy fighter. It can go into the turn fights, but you have to be very careful on to choosing the enemy for a turn fight and the situation you are going for the turn fight. But again, a good amount of ammunition for the machine guns, 2000 ammunition for, well, it could be slightly better machine gun, because the 7.92mm, well, they can do damage, but it's not that serious on this tier, on tier 11. Your main weapon would be those cannons with 500 ammunition, and they are pretty good. And the ammunition is more than enough to do some good damage. Well, last one you could is the gift aircraft from the campaign, from the Japanese Pacific campaign. If you're considering to buy this campaign and you are wondering whether this aircraft is any good, well, I must say it's a good aircraft. But again, you don't get the well, the repair costs for it are almost 3000 credits. For kill on your tier, on the tier 12 to tier 8, you will get around 1500 credits for it. I would say something in close to this number. So you do need to get 2 kills to get your repair cost back to you whenever you will be shot down. So that ain't that bad, considering it do have 2 machine guns and again 2 cannons. Ammunition for cannon 250. Well, you will run out of it before you run out of your machine gun ammunition, so you can still pursue someone, you can still do damage, and if you do it right, whenever you run out of your machine guns, your cannons should be reloaded by then, with of course with the high enough crew skills in the reload. But I would say it's a very good, well, it's another good reason. So if you are enjoying flying those tier 9 and tier 12 whenever you get to them, and you are considering buying the Pacific campaign and you do like the reasons, well, go for it. It's a very good aircraft. It do have increased the amount of credit it earns to 90%. So you will find that it's a very good money earner, and you do get also the experience bonus. So for leveling up the Japanese, it's a very good aircraft. So for my recommendation on to how to level your aircrafts for a different brackets, well, you do get 4 reserves, so that's a good thing. Well, you could expect them to behave something like the Russians, because they are biplanes too. Well, they do tend to lose some altitude on the turns, so keep that in mind whenever you're getting yourselves into the turn fight. On the lower altitudes with them, they will lose some altitude, so keep that in mind. But you get 4 of them, and you get your tier 0 fighter slash bomber. because you can mount the two 50 kilo bombs to it. For tier 0, well, it's more than enough because you won't be facing that many of the ground targets or the ground targets that actually need bombs to destroy them. So for your first lineup, 4 reserve, 1 tier 0 aircraft, and you are ready to go. After that, tier 1, well, you can exchange the F1 M2 to the to this proper fighter. But it's all totally up to you. If you do find enjoying this one, you can always exchange one of your reserve. Then up to tier 4, well, you don't have that much of the choice. Well, you will get your Hayabusa here, you will get your, on the tier 4, you will get your A6 M2N version, and you will get your attackers, bombers, and yeah. So it is very hard to put a strict lineup of fighters in the beginning on the lower tiers when you don't have that much to choose from. So either you will be flying the reserve aircrafts with your tier 4 or tier 2, or you will get some bombers into the action. Well, after that, after the tier 4, you do get your hyenas, and you do get one on tier 5, one on tier 6, and then you get your risen on the tier 7. So pretty good. You are able to continue to buy an aircraft every level, so that's a good thing. You get it up to tier 9, where there is a break, a little bit of break. So up to tier 10, well, I would say 2 hyenas, the reasons for the rest of the setup up to tier 10. After tier 10, whenever you will be flying for anything from up to tier 11, well, it's again pretty straightforward. You don't have that much to choose from. The hyenas, the rest of the reasons, and the Shidenka fighters. But if you are a bomber pilot and you are a dedicated bomber pilot, you will find that you will finish your career on a tier 7 with those four bombers. Well, for this this lineup, if you are a bomber pilot, well, 4 of those, and for 2 G4M1 and B5N2, and that's it. There's nothing more you can do in here. So that would be for the Japanese guys. Now I will play some game, and I will try to get a decent score. Well, as you can see, I am using my premium aircrafts here, the tier 12 Risen and the Focke-Wulf 190, tier 12, tier 11. I do also have my Risen and both of the hyenas, the lower tiers. And I must say that whenever I was trying to exchange those two onto some lower tiers aircrafts, like the tier 4 and the tier 2 here, well, I still get myself into the high tier games because I did switch and I did play on the EU server only, right, almost only right now. So I am thinking right now, well, what the hell, let's go with those two. I can still outmaneuver anything on the higher tiers with those hyenas, and especially with this Risen. So what you will see in my next game, I will go with this lineup. I won't be changing it as I do usually do for other nation, just because of the fact that I am close to rank 8. I will get to it in the short time, but again, then I will have the option to exchange one aircraft, this A6M3 Risen, for one of those. So I will still get into high tier games with the high tier aircraft in my lineup. Ganjin, make us the remove aircraft option from the crew slot so we can fly whatever we like. But that's a small thing from me to the Ganjin Entertainment. Okay, so it is time for the game, so let's see how we will do in it with the Japanese Air Force. Okay, so we did get ourselves into the domination over Peleliu Islands, the 2 airfield domination map. I will first start with the A6M5K0. I did set fuel ammo to 5 minutes because with the Japanese is either you are flying or you are dying. So first let's get some multitude. Let's see if there have any bombers. Two bombers. So well, they won't be a priority target for me. The fighters and all the attacker planes would be a priority for me in that game because it's not a ground strike mission. But let's see how we can do in this game. I am leaving the capturing of the airfield to the others because I don't want to get low and slow in the beginning of the game, and I will lose some speed in the turning. So let's see how we are doing. Okay, a small tip for all of you guys there: if you are trying to capture the airfield, land on it. Be sure that your wheels are touching the ground, and take off from the runway whenever the bar on the indicator bar is full. Right now. It actually took the Yanker 87 or 88 there to capture the airfield. But let's see, what do we have here? Okay, we have Henkel 111 in the distance. We do have a Spitfire who is... no, he's not going for us. Well, he did get very, very low. So I won't be pursuing him because I will find myself... well, I will definitely pick up a tail of this Yak 7 and probably some others. So, wanting it or not, I will start probably with this Henkel 111 here. Let's see if I can kill him or at least critically damage him. Okay, first hit. A damage to the fuel tank, and he is screwed. He's on fire. So now, just to avoid his return fire with his turrets and aircraft destroyed. And 2,500 credits with 800 experience. So that's a bit more than I did predicted with the when I was saying in the video that it's around 1,500 credits. It's a more, so that's a good thing. Okay, SU2 now, diving after him. Or can I at least hit him? Okay, out of cannon ammunition. Cannons are reloading, so let's try to do something with my machine guns. Oh, just the hits. More hits. Another hit. Come on, die already. Okay, my cannons are reloaded, but it was way too close, and someone else got the kill. I do get the assist. So let's see what's going on over the B. I do see this Yak 7 and a Spitfire. Well, I might have some slight problems outturning the Spitfire on his current altitude and speed, because he do have more energy than I have. But still, let me put myself in the situation when I... okay, where is he? Okay, he just disappeared from my radar because of the sun, or someone destroyed him. So I won't be chasing this Yak 7. He did have 2 tails on him. Instead, I will go after this P40. Okay, closing in on him. But he do have BF-109 on his tail. before he pick up another tail, but I will get a couple of shots into him on his pass. Okay, damage to his cooling system. Another hit. We need to be very careful in here. Well, the other guy just rammed him, and I do get the kill. Well, first I was afraid that I did put a shot into him, and I would have the credit penalty for killing a friendly. But in case of the guy that over there just rammed the P40, and I do get a kill. So right now the Hurricane and something else up in the sky. I will try to get this Hurricane because he is very close. BF-110, more juicy target and less maneuverable one. And yeah, he's down. I do pick up a tail, so let's try and help our guys so they can help us. Okay, Hurricane Mark II is down. And I do have a tail. Well, I won't be able to go after this BF-109. And I'm down. Well, maybe I will be able to put a couple of more shots into him. Nope. Well, the Yak-B paid with his life for killing me. So that's a good exchange. So let's go with the A6M2. Again, fuel for 2 minutes, just quickly checking the score. And let's go after this IL-2. Okay, we just lost B. That ain't that good. We'll start dropping points right now. Okay. IL-2 chasing the Henkel 112. I'll try to reduce some speed to stay as long as I can on this IL-2 tail. He's going into the turn. So let me put a couple of shots into him, and no, someone else got the kill. Okay, what do we have in here? Couple of guys, couple of the enemy fighters. I will definitely support them. It's in here I see the P-39 going for landing. I do see that he is bleeding fuel. And some other guys trying to land. Recapture B, so okay, I will try. Nope, we did capture it. Well, this P-39 would capture the airfield because he needed to repair. But let me provide some sort of cover for them. Okay, I do know there is some. I did see the Yak-90, but I did lost him in the sun. Yep, there is Yak-90. Well, let's try to get him before he get our guys that landed. Okay, he did overshot the Spitfire, or didn't do actual damage to him. But he managed to destroy the other guy and died in the process. I do get a credit because I was the last person to do damage to him. Okay, another Yak-7 here, trying to land just a hit for him. But with the Japanese, you are sure I can, well, go after him very quickly. Okay, my cannons ran out. Let's try to do something with my... Okay, he's screwed. My machine guns were enough to set him on fire. Okay, IL-2M. Yep, another kill. Just with the machine guns. Well, you will probably notice that whenever you are flying and some aircraft is going very slowly, it's very easy to destroy him, even with the couple of shots. Okay, let me try. Nope, we did capture it, so I won't be slowing down. Okay, the Corsair is trying to do the right thing, playing as the energy fighter. But he did get himself into the situation which was facing 4 enemies, so not that brilliant approach from him. Okay, we do have the Typhoon in here. I just hope I will put a couple of good shots. Yep, couple of good shots into his fuel tank as the critical damage, and I properly set him on fire, and that was enough. But whoa, hello. Well, I wasn't paying enough of attention to my radar, and that's how you end. Let me try going after this buffalo here. Okay, one hit. And someone else got the kill. Oh, good for them. Okay, let's help the BF-109. Can we help him? Oh, he should be able to outrun the Japanese aircraft. Okay, and I am reloading my machine guns and the cannons. Well, that's ain't that good, but I can outturn the hyena. Okay, he's trying to dodge me, but it's very hard to outrun or outturn the Zeros. So I do get a kill here. And right now I do need to land. My engine is red. My hull is reddish. And I do have a damaged wing. So let me try to land. Emptying some magazine to reduce the airspeed a bit. And I do manage to land. Finally. So braking. Okay, that was some of the mistake. The Spitfire, okay, he did overshot me. So let's just stop and pray that I don't get myself into the more trouble right now. Okay, wait. 2 enemy fighters, 3 fighters. Okay, I'm screwed. Okay, I am screwed. Well, the P3 paid with his life for this kill. He wasn't able to pull that plane out of the dive. Okay. Time for some hyena action. And I do have 8 kills, and I did lose only 2 aircraft. So that's a good score for me. And as I can see, we did manage to take their airfield. Well, not take there, but uncap it from there. And right now we are just reducing the gap between our team and the enemy in points. Okay, aisle 4. I'll try to go after him so he won't be able to drop all of his bombs, or maybe I won't be going after him. Okay, I don't have that much of the airspeed, so I cannot go straight after the aisle 4. But I will put myself into his line of flight. Oh, he's diving. That's a good thing for us. I can dive after him and do some damage to him. A couple of shots in here. And now he's just trying to dodge. Well, going after the Blenheim or the K-61. Well, the The IL-4 do have his problems of his own, and I do get recognized in here. Because I don't know if it's a friend or someone from the YouTube. Oh, that was close. That was way too close. Oh, let me reply to him. But let's try to kill this hyena. Well, I can definitely match him in the turning, so... Let me put myself into his tail. Well, I won't be chasing after him. He did crash. And, yep, I am the one that making the videos. And, Leslie, you are in the video. Just saying hello. If you are watching the video, then I do hope you will subscribe to my channel and everyone else. But let's focus on the game. Okay, SU2 is down. Okay, what do we have here? Well, I am tempted to go... Well, as you can see, I am recording that one, and that one would go to the YouTube. So... Okay, let me get some friends with me. I want to be going there alone. And yeah, unfortunately, I will be putting this one up on the YouTube. So fungus power. Okay, couple of bad guys coming in. The X6M2. And I do hate those tiny little aircrafts, the low tier aircrafts in the high tier games. They can out-turn you in every possible way. Well, Fungus, you were hoping not to suck. Well, look at me. I am getting killed by the almost the reserve aircraft from the Japanese tree. Well, guys, the sex sells, but this is not all about it. Okay, that's my last of the proper Japanese aircrafts. So let's make the most out of it, because the next aircraft would be the Focal 190, the premium Japanese aircraft. And the Dauntless is down. Okay, F4, F2. Now for the BF-109, that will be tricky. Well, he didn't build up enough of the speed, and he is braking from that guy, so yeah, that's another kill for me. If he would be going after the poor fellow over there, I won't probably be able to catch him in time. Well, the Blenheim is high in the sky. Can I catch with him? Or should I catch with him? Well, 10 kills with 3 aircrafts, okay. I can try to go after him, but nope. Nope. There's 2 our aircrafts over there and 2 enemies, so I will leave the Blenheim for now. Okay, there are 3 aircrafts chasing one of ours, and the DF-109 is trying to do something. Let me get after this P-40. I won't be chasing him. I'll try to go after those guys. Some damage. Maybe I will get lucky and get some critical hits onto them. Okay, LA5. BF109 F4. Oh shit. Well, the LA5 and the reason on my tail, I was at least trying to get some cover to my teammates. And yeah, whatever, well, I do only have left is the Focal with 190. And I'm sorry for this quick response in the chat, but whenever I'm playing and there is some action going on, I don't like to respond. I do prefer to get into the situation and do some good instead of deriding. So sorry for not replying, or for a very short reply. And yeah, let's go after this P40. I won't be going after him. I do have the Spitfire. He's trying to repair. Whenever you see that the aircraft has landed on its own airfield, you need to be sure to destroy it. Otherwise, he will get repaired in time. Okay, going for the reason wouldn't be that great of an idea. He can definitely outturn me. And the BF109, oh crap! I did get into his wreck. Well, that was the last plane for me. Let's see how the situation will go from now on. Okay, we have the NCTO2 Folgore still flying. What he's up to? He's chasing. Oh, the IL-4. Okay, fair enough. He did pick up some tail. I don't know if that's the best option to go for the IL-4 right now, when you do have a tail. You're screwed, mate. And we do have some reserve aircraft trying to cap the airfield. You go, little reserve. No. Well, I don't know if he will be repaired or not. Well, that's the last aircraft from our team, so... Well, the enemy did just win. So the game should end anytime now. Yep, we lost. Well, sad loss, but hey, it happens. You cannot win them all. Well, on the scoreboard, 12 kills with 5 aircrafts, not that bad. 35,000 credits and 36,000 experience with the fighter award. Well, fair enough, but keep in mind that I was flying some premium aircrafts there. Okay guys, that would be it for today. Thank you for watching, thank you for tuning in. Remember to like the video, remember to subscribe to my channel if you do like the idea. And yeah, see you in the next video. Iron Rifle out.